Let's find the values of x that makes the inequality below true. Notice we are trying to find a range of values. So we're going to work this out similar to an equation that has a variable term and a constant term on the left and a constant term on the right. I'm going to eliminate the constant term by adding 2 to both sides of the inequality. Okay, let's keep in mind that the inequality is going to stay the same. The left side will still be less than the right side if I add something to both sides. Okay, so x is less than negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Okay, so any x value that is less than 0 satisfies this inequality. Okay, so how do we write the solution? Okay, this is one form of notation, but let's talk about graphical and interval notation. So graphical notation, we're going to look at the graph here, and we're going to say, okay, x cannot equal 0. X can be less than 0, but x cannot equal 0. I'm going to put this open circle over the 0. That is indicating that x cannot actually equal 0. Okay, but 0 still serves as a sort of cutoff point. Now, the values less than 0, of course, on my number line are going to be all the numbers to the left, right? So my graphical notation here is indicating that from 0 to negative infinity and any number in between, those are all solutions to our inequality. Okay, now interval notation is a way to summarize this graph. Okay, instead of drawing the graph for interval notation, I'm going to look at what is the furthest left that this arrow that I just drew goes. Well, it goes to negative infinity. That's the furthest to the left. Okay, well, how far to the right does this thing go? It goes to 0. 0 is a sort of cutoff point. So I'm going to say from negative infinity, comma, to 0, that's where my solutions are. Now, you always put a parenthesis on infinity. Okay, infinity is not really a number, so we're going to use, it's more of a concept, right? Negative infinity is the most negative number that you know. Most negative number that you know. Now make it even more negative, right? Subtract 1 from it. Okay, so you can't ever get there. All right, anyway, that's a longer version of the story. Since we said that x cannot actually equal 0, we will also put another parenthesis on that 0 there. So there we go. That would be the interval. The interval that describes the solution set. X is any number between negative infinity and 0, but not including 0 itself.